Solutions is a balanced staffing company developed by a group of professionals with an experience of over 18+ years in staffing solutions. With years of quality and committed high-end application development and staffing experience, we have become experts at delivering the right fit, the first time. We will be glad to be your last stop and provide you with the perfect solution to your requirements. Follow Scholar IT Solutions LinkedIn page. For more updates, follow our social media pages.
So if you have any questions or anything, so we can you guys can follow in the the Scholar IT platform like LinkedIn or anything. So you all know about the Scholar IT. So Scholar IT is one of the leading company in USA, which gives the webinars, working with clients, service sector, multiple things the Scholar IT is conducting. So one of the part is they are conducting the webinars for the free sessions. In the free webinar, I'm giving you about the SQL Server joins and normalization concept. So coming to SQL Server. So in SQL Server, we are taking first topic as normalization. So why this normalization will use in the real time? What is the use of normalization in the database? Is the normalization used to bring the data into small parts and make them organized and combine them logically. So because maintaining a large tables with large data of raw information is very hard. So that's why normalization concept came us. So this normalization having 6 different types. Out of 6 different types, we are discussing only 3 types now. So in future we have time we'll do on work on the 6 normalizations. So I will show you how the first 3 will work on the SQL Server. So coming to first normalization. So first normalization. So before first normalization, I will show you on data, some raw data. So this is the raw data. So for example, I'm thinking in real time, I'm opening a one food court in real time. So I need to keep some products in my food court. So that's why I plan to keep cool drinks, ice creams, fast food, and fruit juice. So 4 categories I choose. In the 4 categories, I took specific products: Coca-Cola, Pepsi, vanilla, strawberry, different things I choose. Out of that, I choose sizes: medium, large, extra large sizes, and took the suppliers who supplying that product. So this is the raw information. Actually, this is the raw information. So maintaining this raw information is very difficult in real time. So in my mind, rough data is there, but maintaining in real time, this makes very complicated because we need to maintain the quantity, price. Every time we need to update the values. So maintaining that type of data is complicated. So that's why what we are doing, applying the normalization concepts in this raw data. So this is the sample data. So what is first normalization? So first normalization means, so it defines each cell consists only one value. So the main rule of this first normalization is each cell consists only one value and each record need to be unique. Each record. So this is the record. So this is one record. So this record will be unique with this record. This record will be unique with this record because the unique value is come here in the small. Hello, anyone asking question? Okay. So make them unique values. So each cell. So that's why what I'm doing. So I took this value, this cell value, and cool drinks. In cool drinks, we're having different Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Thumbs Up. So Coca-Cola, I have 3 different sizes. So I make Coca-Cola, cool drink, Coca-Cola type, small, medium, large, Coco type, and the product ingredients that is used in this one. So in the same manner, every value for this raw data, I make a unique, each cell consists only single value, I make them. So when I apply the normalization, I got these many records. So because of this data, because of this raw data, by applying the normalization, I got these many records. So the main rule of the first normalization is each cell consists single value. So see here 2-3 values are there: Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Thumbs Up, Milk Magic. Each cell consisting 3 or 4 values. So this is not valid. So that's why we are applying first normalization. In first normalization, we having only single value. So this is the first normalization. So once first normalization done, we'll go to the second normalization. So what is the second normalization rule? So second normalization rule will be every table need to be, when a table having a repeated data in a column, when a table having a repeated data in a column, that repeated data need to be separate and make it as a new table. So, and separated tables will be joined with primary and foreign key, so that we will see later. So what we need to do? So come here and see first data. So what is the data? Okay, I applied first normalization. I applied the first normalization, and with these products, I went to the real-time market. So I went in the market, I got only little products out of these 20 to 25 products. So I got only these products. Okay, Coca-Cola only medium size I got, small size I didn't get. So and the quantity will be about 20. So out of these products only I got from real time, and supply to me. So in this one, so if I need to apply the second normalization, so see what is the second normalization rule? If any column having a repeated data, that need to make as a separate table. See here, medium 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times it is repeated. So cool drinks 3 times repeated, ice cream 3 times repeated, Coca-Cola 1 time, so heritage 2 times repeated. So these column value will be repeat. This column value will be repeat. This column value will be repeat. So columns which having a repeated data, that need to be made it as a separate table. So we need to make it as a separate category table, separate size table, and separate supplier table. Okay. So how many tables I need to get? 1, 2, 3, and the product table. This is the product table. 4 total. I need to get 4 tables. If I apply second normalization, I will get 4 tables. So I got 4 tables. See. So what I did here is, so size ID. See here, I given as a different values, category ID values, supplier ID values. See, if I need to find what is the size of Coca-Cola means 2. I need to go to the size table. I need to find the ID 2. Sorry, size table, right? I need to find the size table. I need to find the ID 2, and the size will be medium. So Coca-Cola size is medium, and category will be 1 cocoa, and supplier will be cup supplier will be cocoa, and category will be cool drink. So medium, cool drink, and cocoa will be the supplier. So now it will be a unique values. If any new value came here, extra large, it will be added here. Will be added here, and the ID will be a 4. So I given as a 4 here. I can make as a 4 here. So then it will be a size will be 4. So it will be extra large. So the use of this one is we can easily organize the values, and we can easily map the values. And for every table we'll having a relation. So main relation will be the primary key and the foreign key relation. Every table having a one primary key. So here we have 4 tables. 4 tables having 4 primary keys. Primary key, primary key, primary key, primary key. And these primary keys, these 3 primary keys will map here as a foreign keys. So these columns will come as a foreign keys here. So this is the second normalization. Okay. Then third normalization rule. What is the third normalization rule? So third normalization rule will be, so eliminate the fields that do not depend on the key. So any column which is not depending on the value, that need to be make as key, means this is the key value. ID primary key value will be always the ID value or key value. So any column which are not depending on this one, that need to make as a separate one. So actually these product ingredients not required to customer. If we think as a customer point of view, these ingredients point we don't require. So this is the marketing thing. So customer don't have this one. So that's why I'm making as this one as a separate table. So this value not directly depending, it is indirectly depending on this one. So which are indirectly depending, I'm making them as a separate table. So I bring these values into separate and make as an ID and join with ID values. So now we have a proper tables. So we can organize easily this table. So if you have multiple, you can add multiple categories, multiple values, multiple suppliers, multiple product ingredients also we can add. Based on the adding ingredients, we can add the count. Okay, so these are the normalization concepts. So any questions on this normalization, any doubts, any confusion?
Can you tell a little about third normalization again? 3NF.
Yeah, actually 3NF means any value not directly depending on the key value, that need to make as a separate table. Key value means, so if we, because I'm planning to keep one food court. So food court people, they don't want, in the billing section, they don't want this, what the ingredients that is using in the product. They need the product. They don't need quite the ingredients used in that one. So that's why this is not directly depending, but it is value is relevant to this one, but not directly depending on the customer thing. So that's why we are making this one as a separate table. So in real time, any values, any keys, not this one, any keys which are not depending on the key, primary key, that need to make as a separate table.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so any questions, anyone? Okay. Okay, so as I said, so 3 normalizations done. So first normalization rule will be each cell consists single value. Second normalization concept means, so any repeated data in the column, that column need to make it as a separate table. That is the second normalization rule. And the third normalization rule will be field which are not depending on the key, that need to make it as a separate table. That is the third normalization. Okay, coming to joins. So what these joins will do? So actually we separated these tables, right? So separated tables data will not understand by the user. Actually, if we show this 1, 2, 3, 4 to user in real-time customer, they don't understand how to map these tables. So we split it, because to organize the data properly, we split the tables, splitted the raw data into tables. But for the customer point of view, we need to combine these values, combine and show the values to the user. But that's why we are using the joins. To join these tables, we need to use, to combine the data, we need to use joins. So for this one, I will show you one example. So I have here one employee table. So I have here one employee table I have. So in here, in this employee table, I am having 18 employees. I am having 18 employees. So observe the data first of all. Observe the data. So here, how many people having genders? only 14 having genders. Because 1, 2, 3, and 4. These 4 people not having any gender. A null data is there. So how many people having department? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people not having department. So totally 14 people only having department. Out of 18, 14 only having department. Okay. So people who having no gender and no department. No gender and no department. So this is the value. No gender, no department. And this is the value. No gender, no department. So out of these 18, if I ask a question, who having no gender, no department, how many 2 will be get out? So observe this data. So based on this data, I will write a joint queries. I will write a joint queries. Okay. So in the gender table, see gender I am giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean here I am having 4 genders. I have 4 genders and departments. So I'm executing these 3 tables. Okay. So total here, how many employees? 18 employees, 4 genders, 5 departments. Okay. Okay. Now I will join this table. Okay. So first of all, we'll see one more thing. So I'm taking one circle and one more circle. So if we consider this is the employee table. So I'm considering this is the employee table. And I'm taking as this is the gender table. So how many total employees we having? Total 18. 18 employees we having. Total genders will be 4. Okay. So if I join between employee and gender table, if I join between employee and gender table, if I join between employee and gender table, how many having genders? How many have people having gender? 14 having gender. Means remaining 4 people don't have gender, right? So out of 18 people, 14 having gender means common value, and 4 having no gender. Okay, 14 plus 1, 4, 18. Okay, coming to this part. So I'm having 1, 2. So see how many genders having? 4 genders, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you see anywhere 4, no 4 will be there. Only 1, 2, 3 will be there. Means male, female, unknown will be there. Means transgender not there. So one value not mapped to any employee. So one value not mapped to any employee. So this value 1. So out of 4 means 3 here. 3 will be here. 1 will be outside here. Okay. So this is the combined value. So that's why we don't require this value. So we'll remove this one. We don't require this value. Only 14 will get. Okay. So now if we apply the join, so if I apply the join, so if I apply the inner join, so this is the inner join part. Inner join will be this is the inner join part. So if I apply the left join, so if I apply the inner join, how many values I get? 14 values, 14 records I need to get out in the inner join condition. In the left join condition, I need to get 4 plus 14, 18 records need to get out. Okay. In the right side, right join, 14 plus 1, 15 records need to get. In the right join. So if I apply the left and right means full join. If I apply left and right full joins, 4 plus 14 plus 1, total 19 records need to get out. Okay, next. If I apply the left outer side and right outside, so 4. So here we having 7 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 conditions we having. So we will see these 7 conditions here. Okay. So if I apply the condition, see, I write the query and show you. So select R from employee inner join gender on employee dot gender equal to gender dot EID. See, if I run this code, I'll get only 14 invalid object employee. See, 14 records I got. I'm asking who having only genders, inner part. Out of employee and gender tables, I only get the common data. So that's why I got a 14 records. So inner part value records. Okay. Next, if I apply the left join, so how many records I need to get? 14 plus 4. 14 plus 4. So I need to get 18 records. See, I got the 18 records value. Okay. If I apply the right join, see, if I apply the right join, same thing, we will get 15 records. So what are the 15? So these 4, these 14 plus 1, 14 plus 1, 15 records. 15 records we got. Okay. If we apply the full join, see, we got how many? We need to get 14 plus 4 plus 1. Total, we need to get 19 records. 19 records. So why I am saying this one is, so we need to understand the thing, what exactly the manager or your manager or anyone asking you. For example, if I having 10 laptops, out of the 10 laptops, only 8 are sold, and 2 laptops not even single time also sold, means my manager asks how many laptops which are not sold up to now. So how we compare? We'll compare with sale table with product table. So which are sold will be in the sale table. We'll compare this data with product table and we'll find out which are not sold up to now. So in the same manner, we need to understand the logic. So what type of question they are asking and what type of data we need to get back. So why I'm showing here is I need to show the separations of the record values. That's why I'm showing this simple thing. But in real time, in the marketing side or product sides, we need to compare different real-time tables. So we need to understand the question exactly and we need to write the proper join. Okay, based on the join, we need to get the values. Okay, so if I write the left outer join, left outer means how many values? Left outer means 4 records only. If I apply the right outer join, only 1 record. So I will apply left outer join. Left outer join. So I'll take the first left join total values. So what is the left total values? 18 records will be there. Total 18 records will be there. If I bring left outer means out of 18, 14 plus 4 out of 18, I need to get only 4, these 4. So what is the meaning? So the gender value need to be null. If where gender is null. If I write this one, see, I only get 4 records out. So this is the left outer plot. If I need to get right outer, so I'll take the full first right outer join, complete right outer, and out of the right outer, I will remove the gender is null. So execute. See, one record we got. Okay. So if we need to get left and right outers, so left and right outers means we need to take full join. Out of full, we need to get the gender is null value. Okay, we got 5 records. 14 plus 4 plus 1. 5 records. So every join having a separate value and separate type of record, but we need to understand the type of question, what they are asking. So left outer part they are asking, or right outer part they are asking, inner part they are asking, means which are sailed, which are not sailed, which are sailed, which are not mentioned in the sale table. So everything based on the question and based on the understanding, we need to write the join. Okay, these are the joins, and one of the special type of the joint is self join. So self join. So what this self join will do? We having only how can we say? So we having only one table, but we need to consider that one as a 2 tables, like this. So for example, I having a table. So I having this table, Williams, Henry, Alexander, different people having. For example, in a college or company. So I'll take as a company example. So if I join in the company, I'm an employee of the company. I'm the employee for the company. So if 10 people join, 10 people are the employees of the company. 20 people join, 20 people will be the employees of the company. So out of the 20 people, CEO make one of the person as a manager and one of the person as HOD, sorry, team leader. One of the person is the admin. So in that way, the person is employed, but the level of category of the positions will be changed. So in real time, we having only one employee table, but we need to know who reporting whom. So employees need to report team leader, team leaders need to report manager, manager report to CEO. So this is a structure, but all these people are the employees only. So in the same manner, so see here, these 5 people are the teachers only. But so Lucy, so who is the head of the Lucy? 3. Henry will be the head. And Williams, who is the head? This guy, this girl. And who? This one. William, Alexander, Lucy. So in the same manner, so these real time, so we need to get the data, who is manager and who is the teacher and who is the head in this case. In the same manner, if you apply the employees table, we'll do the same thing. So we'll create a new table. I'll create a employee table, create employee. Employees table. So in this employees table, I am taking 3 columns: ID, employee ID, entity type, so employee name, varchar. So next, so employee reporting manager. integer. So I'm taking these three values. So executed, and I am inserting the records. So I'm adding 5 employees. I'll add 5 employees. So I'm having different employees. So I'm giving ID 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm mapping the values. So 3, 1, 1, 1. So the name or the number of values supplied not matching to the definition. So the employees. So I have in this table. Okay. So now I need to, so my question is, so my manager asked, who is the manager for this employee? So he needs the list. He don't want to go check here and check who is the Gathas manager, and John will be the Gathas manager. So he don't want to do that one. So he need a list, proper list, employee name and reporting manager. So he asked that one. So in that case, we're having only one table. So we need to consider these table as two tables. We need to think these table as two tables. Okay. So like this one. So first with alias names. So as shown like here alias name here T here H. I use how I use same manner I will apply here. Select star from. So I'll assume first one as employee and inner join. So join employee. So second time table I'm considering as M. Okay. On condition, what condition I'm writing? So employee table. So here see employee table teacher name matching to teacher ID. Head ID matches to teacher ID. So if I match this value to this value, so it will automatically map the records. So in the same manner, so I'll map E dot. So E dot. So reporting manager equal to M dot. So employee ID. I'm managing these two values. I'm mapping these two values. These value and this value I'm mapping. If I can, I'm assuming this table as the two tables. So if I execute this one, see, Geeta manager will be John. Mary manager will be Geeta. But the names will be the same. Here the names are same. So we need to rename these names. So I need only employee name, right? So employee name, employee E dot. name m dot to execute this one. Sorry. We'll take these two records. So I got these two records. Who is manager and who is the reporting manager. So, but I need to change this name. So I'll change this name using alias name as using so reporting. I'm using reporting manager as alias name. See, reporting manager. So now the employee name and the reporting manager. So this is the what our manager asked. So to replace these values or replace this value or null values, so we use is functions, or so we need to replace if we having null values. So if this is a null value means he is the top, means head of the company or head of the college or head of the school. So we assume that one. So if it is a company, so we think he is the CEO. If it is a college, we think as a principal, like that. So if I make this one as a CEO, so I need to replace the null value with is null function. So is null. So what this function will do? So is null function will do. So replace the value. So for example, select is null. So if I'm giving here Mary, so Mary Sam. So I given two names here. So if I execute this one, what it will give the result is Mary will be the answer if you execute this value. So because it thinks if there is value, it will give the value. If there is no value here, it will give the second value. So see here, if I'm keep here null value, null, if I execute C, it gave the same value because it will check the value is there means it will give the exact value. If there is no value, it will brings out the alternate value what we given. So in the same manner thing we will apply here. Same thing we will apply here. So we having a John. If we have a John, we'll give the John value. If you having Gita value will come out. If there is a null, instead of null, what we are giving, we need to give CEO. We need to give CEO. So same thing I will apply here. So is null. Automatically value will be the change. So if we're having value, we'll get the values. If we don't have the values, it will get out the values. So we can replace with using is null or colis. Or if else condition. So sorry, case statement. So we can use any of these things. We can replace null values using any of these values. So if we apply the same thing with colis, so what this colis function will do? So what is the difference between is null and colis? So if I apply select colis, so see here, if I am Mary, am, so I have three values. If I execute this one, I will get the what having the first value. So we can write multiple things. So if first value is null, we'll give the second value. If it is second value is null, it gives the third value. So colis will do multi checks. Is null only do only single value. It will check only single value. So these type of scenarios where we will use is, so first name, last name, middle name. So out of the three names, any of the people not given are missing first name or last name, we need to get the names, proper names. So we'll apply these thing and we'll get a combine the name. We'll combine the name. His name, first name, full name, middle name. We'll combine and make it as a full name. We'll make this as a full name. So in this case, we'll use this colis. So if I apply the same thing for colis also, it will work the same. I apply the same. See, same thing it works. So we can use case statement also. So we can replace the values, null values. So these joins will combine the data, these value, combine logically. These data will combine logically. So why these joins are useful is, so for reporting the, reporting the customer or anything. So reporting point of view, we can't show the developer, technical data to them, who are the manager or any customers. So we need to use joins and combine the proper records, and we need to give the customer. So any questions? Any questions on this one?
Hey, hi. This is Setu, and
Yeah.
I don't have a question here, but actually, in the diagram, in the paint, you mentioned about the write part, right? One record. So I didn't follow much actually. So can you tell me about that write outer join, write join, and why exactly we got that one?
Yeah, why exactly means, actually here I shown you employee and gender. So think in this case, so I'm having three different company laptops. So Dell, HP, Lenovo. So out of these three, only two are sold. Dell and HP will sell and Lenovo will not sold. Okay. So if my manager asks, so which company laptop up to now we not sold? How can we find? We'll compare with product table with sale table, right? So when we compare product table with sale table, two records are there. Only two records are there. That two records are regarding Dell and HP. So Lenovo having no record entered in the sale table. That's why that is not even one time also sold. That's why that is outer part, not one time also entered in the sale table. Not one time also entered in the table. The same time, as I shown here in the gender and employee thing, so I'm having four genders. Out of the four genders, this transgender is not even single person having this value. That's why this value is make it as a separate. This value not having any information in the right side information is not joined anywhere. Right side information not joined with this employee table. That's why we make it as a separate. We make it as a separate and we keep this value. And three records will came here because these three records having values 1, 2, 3 having mapped values. That's why we keep these 3 here. So when we apply the right join, so if we apply the right join, this is the right join. So these 14 means which are having a gender, people who are having gender, and gender which is not assigned to anyone will come out. Means 14 plus 1 will come out.
Okay, this is the right join, right?
This is the right join. If we apply the left join, this is the left part.
Okay.
Okay. So here thing is, showing the diagram is not the thing here. So how logically our manager asked the question to us and how logically we return the query here is the main thing. So if he asks which are purchased means we'll need to take the compare with sale table. Which are not sold means we need to compare with sale table. Every time we need to compare with other tables and we'll map the data and we'll bring out the data. But we need to get the proper information. So based on the question, we need to get the answer. Any questions?
Yep. So here, like a full outer join means like a full outer join means what is that example?
Full out means full outer means full left and right outers means full left and right outers means this part. So this part and this part, left and right outers. So how we will get this left and right outer parts? So if we take total values means out of 14 plus 4 plus 1, out of these 19 records, we'll take the full records and these records will get the 4 plus 1. So same thing we'll apply in full outer join. In full means left and right outer joins. Left right outer join and left right outer join and left and right outer join combined join. So see here this record. So what we did here, we'll get 5 records out. So why we got 4? Why we got 1? Because I took the left join. In the left join, I'm asking the outer part. In the right join, I'm asking the right part. So if I ask the left join, left outer part means I got only 4. Right join, right outer means I got only 1. If I apply full join only, I will get the left and right outers. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So any questions, anyone?
Yeah, without this, some other join also is there. Right, unique join, cross join, natural join. Can you elaborate that?
Cross join will be there. Cross join means just we'll cross the values. We'll combine the crossing values. So what we'll do? So select employee. So it will give you the combination means cross join means, so if I having 5 records in employee table and 10 records in employee table and 5 records in gender table means 5 into 10. Approximately nearly 50 records will become. So I having 18 employees and 4 genders. So 18 into 4, 72 records will come. But this is the not a valid data, but it will do a assumption values. While doing assumption values in the assumption scenarios, we'll use this one, cross join.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
These all are using in Oracle?
These all are used in Oracle. Oracle also has joins, but how they, in any syntax difference will be there, I think so. But the same functionality will be applied.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah, Naveen here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell
we
me, tell me.
can. Yeah, we can execute these queries in any database, right? Like Oracle,
Yeah,
DB2,
yeah,
MongoDB.
we can execute anywhere, but I think a small syntax change will be there. Small syntax
Yes,
change
yes.
will be
Based
there.
on based on syntax on.
Yeah, syntax change will be there, but same logic you can apply anywhere.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
there any concept on constraints?
Yeah, yes. So we'll see that constraints in the next session, because we need to check the seven or eight types of constraints we have. I think 7 types. We'll check in the next session.
And one more thing, what is the difference between foreign key and primary key?
So yeah, what I shown in the table, right? So what it will do is,
Yeah.
primary key means any table. For example, if I make as a separate table, every table needs some unique ID. For example, I'm an Indian, so I'm a US
Okay.
guy. So if I went to USA or Canada, I'm the foreigner. If I'm having some unique ID, Aadhaar ID or some PAN ID or passport ID. So if this ID went to other place, this ID went to other place, it make it as a foreigner. So in the same manner, if I'm using these category ID values in here. Okay. So this is a primary value, but these primary means cool drink having a one value. So in real time, this will not be one. So 001, 002, 003, some different value will be there. So if I am using this value here, so means this is using as a foreigner in the next table.
Okay.
So that's why we need to apply the foreign key here. So the reference of this table value, this ID, we need to reference it here. The primary
like replication,
key is,
right?
not a replication. It means it's a reference. Not replication means we are duplicating the value. It's not a duplicating. It's just a referring the value.
Okay.
So
Hello, sir.
foreign, yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, sir. Sir, tell me difference between natural join and inner join.
Natural join.
And inner join. Difference between natural join and inner join.
Natural join. No, means in SQL Server I didn't use any natural joins. Not sure. On inner natural join. Not sure on this one, natural join. But inner join will be the, so what having the inner part of the things. This one. This value.
Yes, sir.
So if we think, so I'm here actually using 2 tables, right? If we think we having 3 tables means, for example, if I join 3 tables, so what is the inner join? So this will be the inner join.
Yes.
So we need to apply same thing. So in the same manner we can see here. In the first thing I will apply the. So here I will apply inner join. Department on employee dot department equal to department dot EID. So if I execute 3 tables, so how many records I need to get? I got only 12, because what is the mean? The inner part only getting out, means who having no gender and no department will come out, means out of the 18 records, 6 having either gender not be there or department not be there, either both not be there. That's why we got only 12 records out. So we can apply in the same manner, we can apply inner join the top, left join in the below, we can apply in this case or in this model also. So if I apply left join here, so see now I'm getting the 14 records because these null values also taking. Okay.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Prashant here. Can we join a table 2 times in a query?
Can we join table?
Can we join a table 2 times in a query?
Yeah, we can join. We can join many times that because. So if I'm using with whom we need to join, that need to be a condition. So here we will give uncondition. We can join multiple times. So if you joining department and
I don't
employee,
want. No, I don't want to use and condition or condition. I just want to add one same table name as a second time. Is it possible?
already we having table, right? I mean that need to brings below that information already having a top.
Yeah. No. While we're joining another table, like see, there you are giving select star from employee inner join gender on employee dot gender equal to gender dot gid you had written. So I just want to join same table gender again in a query.
Gender with department.
No, gender with same employee. Think like that. There will be some other column also.
No.
Which are the same unique ID.
I'm surprising why we join the same table 2 times because already this is mapped with some relation.
Yeah. Because what now we have actually in my work experience in my work area. So they have given a table called as same table with the 2 unique IDs. In 2 columns, 2 separate columns.
No. Two columns. Like I mean, one table only one unique value. So unique values, but we didn't consider 2 unique columns. We always take as a one column as a reference value.
Yeah, one take only, but they had given me 2 columns of the unique IDs separately. So I had used and condition there and or I tried there. It was coming like something unexpected results. It came. So I just want to display it as
Continue.
I just want to join same table 2 times.
No, it's not possible. Why? How it's 2 reference values? How it will join to other value? So how it will join?
Can we use alias conditions like that?
No. Alias means so it is. I'm calling a alias name. Other name I'm calling with some reference value, some reference number.
Yeah.
No, it's not possible because it's not impossible because 2 reference values will not combine one key. Always one reference value will be there for key. For example,
okay.
If you're asking C here, for example, I need only this key. I combine category with category only.
Okay.
I can't combine supplier with category.
Yeah. The same thing they have given like that. See, the CID is there. CID category is there. In another table, CID also there. CID there will be like they have written as CID and CID1 like that in another table. CID and CID1. What is the purpose here? Means I just explain what the problem is. So they want to display the user names who have connected with first user with second user. They seem like take an example for Facebook. See, I have sent you a friend request to you.
Okay. I got it. So some one value will combine with second value. Second value combining with fourth value.
Yeah,
Right?
see, I just sent you a friend request. Okay, you accepted that one. Okay, so we both connected now. You both mutually. Suppose if so, they want to display the who have connected status. Okay, for them, first username should be displayed. I just my name is Prashant, so I just sent you a Facebook request. You accepted that one, so the status will be connected here now. So they want to display only Prashant here. Okay, they don't want to display your name. But in the second row, what will happen? No, suppose if you send me a request again, if I again you unfriend me, you will be unfriend. Okay, but you will send again a friend request to me. Okay, that time what will happen? No? The first username will be yours. The second name user will be mine. Okay, that time I connect status will be connected. That time they want to display only your name, not mine. See, in the first row, mine also my name is also there. Your name is also there in second row. So they want to display only your second name because you are again sending the request and status will be connected. In first row, the status is disconnected again.
Okay.
Yeah. So that time, it will while joining, I used AND condition there, or and OR condition also, but it's like unexpected results. Yeah, it was like displaying some duplicate values also.
No. Unconditional will not work. And what we need to do is, right? So self we need to bring out records first of all. Hello, somebody having noise.
Maybe Pawan is.
Too much noise is coming. Yeah, tell me. Yes, tell me.
Yeah.
Hello.
You are able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the problem.
In that case, we need to bring. So first we need to bring the values out. So if I am sending 10 requests to any person, so I need first of all with my ID find whom I send a request. Okay.
Yeah.
So first find whom I send a request.
Okay.
Out of that, later you have another record. So in the same manner, find every person. So every person if you find. So in my case, 10 records will come.
Yeah.
Or in the 10 records you will be there.
Yeah.
In the second case, if I find your ID, my ID will come out.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So we need to apply this. We need to apply the join. I mean, like self-thing join. We need to properly group the values, group and combine the values based on employee, and we need to merge. Later we need to filter. So on starting stage filter will not work. We need to group the values, combine the values based on the ID.
Okay, fine. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anything?
Okay, I didn't get the example actually. Can you maybe just give a simple values with this one, the one discussed?
Yeah, we can, but actually see what happening. So what the example I'm saying is, so first find out with my ID, group with my ID. I mean, apply the group condition with my ID. So in that case, so the people whom I send the request will come out, right? In the same manner, if you apply in your case, so your request will also come in your case also, my name will come out. So at that time, we need to compare these two tables and find out the ID. So we need to do three things here, not a single thing. Single join will not work. We need to properly bring out the data in 3 steps.
So here request ID and member ID, these two are entirely
No.
different, or is there any association?
Entirely different, because two values will not refer to one ID. One primary key always will not refer to only one value. We need to refer one value only. In that case only we'll get the data. So for example, here I am having 1, here I am having 2. So if I refer this value, 2 will be here, it is a different value. 1 will be different value here in this case, right? So here
Okay.
1 will be there, 2 will be there. So if I check this based on this value, it will be a cool drink. If I check this based on this value, it will be ice cream. How can we find? So because first we need to combine based on 1, we need to group. So we need to group 1 values. We need to group out of 1, we're having 3 records. So in the same condition in the second time, so if I group with second number, maybe my name will become here. Because if you cancel my request and again send to me, maybe my name will come here. In the two conditions, you need to find out which value is mapping. This value and this value are mapping, or this value mapping. We need to find in that case. So it's a logically combined. I mean, it's a logically combination code and combined logically.
So here we are talking about only one table, right? So one table, but
I understand the table. I understand the problem, but you are referring to two values, right? What is, because you are saying again request two reference value. We can't work with two reference values. Always take the first, work with one value, first value, and second work with second value. With these two results combine and bring one value. So first with first record and sample 1, combine with sample 1 the data, and combine the sample 2 data, and combine sample 1 and sample 2 data. In that case, you will get the result.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Anything? Any questions? Anyone? Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
I'm having one question, Benu. There is regarding one of my friends has asked this question. Suppose if you are having two tables, right? Suppose in table 1 there is one ID that suppose SID, having those particular SIDs having a name that is suppose like Ram. So Ram is coming 5 times in first table, and the corresponding that particular SID in the second table too, it is coming 10 times. So how many times when you are going to apply the left join, how many rows you are going to get in a result? This is my question. In left join or in a right join, and why there is a difference between left join and the right join? Suppose in table 1 there are five entries for the same person, and in the table 2 there are 10 entries for the same person. So how you are going to work on that?
No. Can you repeat the question? I mean, clearly.
Yeah. So suppose there in table 1 in table 1 there are 5 rows corresponding to the same ID, right? Okay. And in table 2 there are 10 rows with the same ID, having the information of the same ID, same person. So when we are going to apply the left join, how many rows we are going to get in a resultant table? And if you are going to apply the right join, how many rows we are going to get?
Okay.
So
I
this
got
type
the
of
question.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are saying, so in the left table we having 10 records, right table we having 20 records.
20. Yeah. Suppose. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, these 10 and 20 having the same information?
Yeah. No, it can be different in the different columns. So how
No,
many?
combination value having the same
Yeah.
combination having. So if you apply the right join, you'll get only, left join, you'll get only 10 records.
Okay. How we will get only 10 records?
Yeah. Why?
So we are not
Because
going to multiply 10 into 20. We will get 200 records. No, it's not like that, because one ID is going to go for 20 times in the second table, and then the second row of the first table will join with the with another with the second
No.
time with 22. It would be 200 rows. Isn't it the case? How we are going to solve this question?
No. So for example, you're having 10.
10 records. Yeah.
So 10. So 10. So one first value will be 10 times.
Yeah.
Right. Your first value will be 10 times. And second value will be in second table. Second value will be 10 times. Right. You're saying.
No.
So
I'm saying that in first table, CID having a value 1 is being coming 10 times in a row, right? And in the table 2, that the same ID is coming for 20 times, 20 rows, for 20 rows. So so when we are going to apply the left
on
join,
what base? No, on what base you're combining these two tables? You're getting 10 and 20 different. Here we have
let's
10
suppose
records.
there is one person
Yeah, tell me.
named Ram and having a with a CID purchasing. Let's so purchasing. He's having a purchasing behavior in the second table. So the Ram one is going to purchase bread. Ram is going to purchase corns. He is going to purchase something. So
Okay,
20 times the same ID is coming for the 20 times. So how we are going to handle? Yeah.
So for example, so you were saying like this. So for example, this order ID will be there. Order ID having some value and some customer will be there. Total amount will be. So based on these order, the total values will be this. Combining these three values, this total amount will come out.
Yeah.
So this is the order.
So this customer is 85 customer is having same information as yeah.
So yeah, same thing. So if we join these two tables, right?
Voice is not audible.
No, you're asking we need to join these two tables, right?
Yes. Yes.
So this is the customer.
Yes.
So if I purchase one product, so if I purchase one with one order number, that order I am purchasing with 3 different products.
Yeah.
Right. So 3 different products and total value will come to 440. Okay. So you need to apply right joins, right? Left and right join, right?
Yeah. Your voice is not audible.
Yes. So now tell me, what's your question now? So what is the result?
What would be the resultant rows of left join and the resultant rows of the right join, and why there is a difference, if there is a difference?
No, actually, so these value, one having 3 records having join value, right? So these 3 and these 1 will be the inner join.
Okay.
These 3, because there is no null values will be placed here. There is no outside value will be there here. So these 3, 1 always referring these 3 values. So if you apply right join, left join, you'll get the 3.
Okay.
You'll get out 3. So see, I will apply different right joins here. You get only 3 values out.
I think they are saying that duplicate values are displaying like that. Is it?
No. Right. Yes.
Duplicating, why duplicating?
So for that, I think they need to be add primary key for that order.
Uniqueness they need to apply, or identity. Uniqueness they need to apply.
Primary key, I think they have to add. Then only that primary key only will take care of that duplicates.
join on.
Is that your question, like that duplicate values are displaying?
Yeah,
In
the
another
duplicate
table?
values are, yeah. Yes, there
Yeah,
are duplicate values also, and there are null values also. So, what would be the resultant rows?
for that, while inserting the table, I think you have to add a primary key for that column. So once it is added, the duplicates won't be displayed there. It won't add also. If you join with left outer join, so the only result we have common between a left join and main table, only the left common records, as well as the how many rows are there in the left outer join, left table. Those also will display. So better we have to add inner join, I think.
Yeah, inner also, I mean, inner gives the same 3 records out. See, if you apply left, if you apply right join, anything you will get the same count, because every record having a map to record. If don't having a map to record, it can come outside of the box. If they're having a map values, it come inside this value. So I think maybe a dupe, you need to apply uniqueness or identity key values. We need to get. So if you're having a correct reference number, always you'll get the total count if you apply left join or right join. Any questions? You got that, or any confusion is there?
So Kiran, let's take that I have a two tables, like one table is having 10 records and another table is having randomly duplicate records. Okay, so that may be a kind of like a foreign key table or a different reference table. Okay, so I mean, I often like when I see that there is a common column between these two tables, and simply I will use inner join, and then I'm referencing those two columns, and I see like huge numbers. Okay. So I mean, yeah.
So your question is, for example, these two tables I'm choosing. So if you're having two places, male name will be there, right?
Yeah. Are you sharing something? No, I think I'm not seeing.
I'm not sharing. You're not seeing my screen?
Yeah, you're not sharing your screen. So I think. Yes, now I'm able to see.
Saying, can you see my screen?
Yes, I'm able to see.
Yeah, you're saying this, for example, mail 2 times you need to get, you're asking, right?
Correct.
So if you 2 times you will get the mail, so reference ID will be different, right? I mean, what the question you're asking?
No, you usually like see sometimes like we won't have this primary key, foreign key concept of on the tables. So randomly like we will be seeing like one common ID and we are trying to join those two tables. Then like how exactly we need to make a decision, or I mean like a join, because when I'm joining randomly, it will be giving like 10 into 20, 200 records or something like that.
No, no, assumption base we can't work here, because if you're having a unique value on any column, you'll get the exact value. But so maybe here 2 times 2 will be repeated, 3 times 3 will be repeated. Okay, at that time you need to filter with the values, single values. So first of all, you need to filter the table with single values. So how many ones will be there, how many twos will be there, how many threes will be there. You need to group that value and find out that value.
Okay. Okay. Group the value. Okay.
Later you need to combine, because if twos, how many twos I am? 1, 2, 3 twos I am having. So 3 twos means I know 3 twos will combine with only one single two.
Yep.
In other table. So I need to remove these duplicate 3 records. I need to keep only one record here out of these 3 duplicate records. So if you're having a duplicate information all over the row, if you're having a different information in the row, you can't do that one because you will miss the values.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you think it is a duplicate value, applying multiple times, you need to group that value, group the table, applying the grouping clauses, group clauses. You need to find out how many each value having how many records.
Okay.
Okay. Anything? Any questions?
I mean, usually, like I have another question. Usually, like I mean, I'm from DBA background, so I'm not developer. So I'm started learning this. So the thing is, like, I mean, often like we are going to compare data. So we usually migrate from Oracle or different to SQL and all. So people will give like simply, okay, they will migrate and they will ask us to compare the data. And in the comparison, the intention is to compare each and every record or column level, tuple level. So
yes.
okay, so I mean, in that scenarios, like what exactly the best method? Like what I'm giving, like I'm using case and I'm giving equating. I mean, I'm getting those two tables, like source and destination, and just I'm using case column A equal to column B. So that's how like I am doing. So is there any other way, like we can compare? I mean, when we get like a data comparison standpoint.
You're asking, so if any data is missing while migrating.
Mismatched or missing. Yeah.
In that case, what we do is most likely we'll how can we compare? I mean, we'll do comparing in Excel. I mean some data sheets will be there. In the data sheets we'll compare. I mean sheet 1 and sheet 2 will compare, and we'll write a query. The same in the Excel method, how we compare in the sheet 1 and sheet 2. The same model we'll compare tables also here. The same model we'll compare. So which column is which column mapping? So each column, so our row 1 means first record ID 1, name is exact or not. ID 1, gender is matching or not. ID 1, salary is matching or not. ID 1, department is matching or not. So what we need to write is script, stored procedure we need to write for that one. Proper stored procedure we need to write.
Okay.
Okay. So to reuse that one, we need to write a stored procedure.
Okay. So I mean, what I'm doing here, as I said, like I'm doing the inner join, and then in the case I'm giving columns like column.
If you apply the inner join, you will get the count of records. No, if you get inner join or left join, right join, you'll get only count. But the information in each cell is exact or not. You need to get that right. So migrate.
Yeah, I mean, let's take that I have two table. Venu is a small letter in one table, and Venu is a capital letter in another table. So as per my statement, those are not equal actually. So so if they are having the same case, like a characteristics or everything, then only we will be treating that as the data is matched. And if if it is having a different thing, then it is data is not matched. So most of the things like we were doing like this.
No, actually, it's also maybe one method, but actually always. So if you considering V is a capital, if in another place V is not capital, this you are thinking it is two or not same records, right? Or same records you are considering.
Yeah. So let me maybe I'm.
So for example, in your case, Venu is one place and so Venu is another place. So you're thinking these two are same or not same?
Yeah. So I just pinged you in the chat. So if you see that in the case, okay, case when I'm giving like two IDs, SQL and UV. I mean, so in this case, like what I'm doing, so I'm just like equating these two columns basically.
Select as a comment SQL.
Yeah, exclude the first two or three columns. Then case, there is a
Okay.
case statement, right?
Uh,
Like we have the SQL and UV different source and destinations. So what I'm doing here, like I'm just equating those two, and if they are equal, that is the true. Then I'm not in the where class. I'm just eliminating true, and just I'm getting only false information.
Okay.
Okay. So is this the best method, or we can do it with something like a join? We can compare. But you mentioned that only we can able to get the count, but I'm doing in the select. Somehow it is working actually. Yeah.
So okay. So comparison, this is the way, okay. But joins will not help in this case. Joins will always give the count aggregations, joining the information, always do that type of things. But comparing type, this is not the way. I mean, that joins is not the way.
Okay.
Case is the always case will be the same. Case means true or false condition. If and if else conditions need to be work.
Okay.
Comparing.
Yeah, hi. My question would be to Setu.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, as you're working as a DB, I would like to know any tools are there to compare the data?
No, yeah, I was using earlier SQL data compare with Redgate, but that license is not allowing at a client side right now. So I am just like doing with SQL only right now.
Yeah, no, I am a SQL developer, so I am asking that. So I just want to know that how will we compare the data? Like in Excel, we can compare it, but as a tool.
Yeah, actually, like see in Excel, I have like 3 million, 4 million records. I think it will allow only 68,000. So and I have 380 columns. So I mean, this is something like I prepared in Excel sheet, just like I was running. It was running fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So you will take only 68,000 records.
Yep.
You will compare only 68,000 records.
In Excel, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Our requirement is to like we want to that every day, like I mean, we are doing dry run for 30 days. We want to make sure that all the columns and all the values are matched properly. And I mean, the 3 million records, right? So I don't have a third-party tool, so I'm just using SQL with the three. Now I'm matching like 360 columns with another 360 columns. So I have a 720 columns in the comparison.
Oh, okay, fine.
So you can make one store procedure, right? You can make one store procedure and store it in a SQL. So it will automatically run, right? If you create a job and if it runs every month, 1 month at midnight 12 or for the time you set.
So in the store procedure also, it is just nothing but a select statement. Again, I need to run, and if there is a difference, that should send an email or something like that. So that's the usage of stored procedure, right? In this scenario, you are saying?
No, yeah. In this scenario, send a email, or you don't want to bother about that one. It automatically runs. If you keep it as a job, if you create a job for store procedure.
Yeah, actually, like I mean, we don't have ETL, so they are sending like 100 files with a 30 MB. So I was just doing some quick methods to load, and I'm just running these sequels actually.
In that case, we can't. I mean, SQL will not help. Anything will not help. Our hard work will only help.
Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah. I think that's all from my side. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Anything? So shall we?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Tell me.
In the process of normalization, suppose there would be like millions of records in the database.
Okay.
Yeah. So suppose if it is getting while loading the data, if it gets stuck in between, suppose if it gets stuck in between, so does it start again from the starting point, or where we stuck it at, so that it will be process, or from starting point it will process?
No, I mean it's dependent. I mean based on it's a job query or manually run query. I mean it's a what type of data it will be there and what type of query you're running. So stuck in the sense, what do you mean? Any power off? Connect?
No, not a power off. It's like some data may be redundant, or else server may be slow down at that time.
Server, if it continue to run, means it will not come first. If it completely hang out, then it will forward means it will start again from first. It will not store the backup of what the record CPU is checked. So in that case, if we need to take the backup, it's a different scenario. Companies will do different methods to do that one, to store the type of information. Hello?
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Anything?
Yeah, nothing like that.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Thank you guys. So please follow the Scholar IT thing links. So for upcoming sessions. So one of the guy asked about the constraints. So we plan to explain the constraints in the next session. So we all know about the Scholar IT. Scholar IT is one of the leading company. So follow that blogs, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn things. So you'll get more updates on how the sessions and when the sessions will happening.
One question, Venu.
Yes.
Okay, I want to understand this normalization and the joins in detail. Okay, is there any videos you recommend me, or do you know any something resources are available on YouTube?
No, in details in the sense, in
like
detail.
with examples, and I just want to understand. I'm a DBA, but I want to know this normalizations and joins detail. Some resources do you recommend kind of videos?
Okay. So did you join from the starting from the session?
No. I missed some actually some portion, but I mean,
So
I want
at what point you join? At what point you join?
after 20 minutes, I believe, and after that I got a call. But okay, yeah.
Okay.
What
So
any best videos available on YouTube or where you can?
I'll talk with my colleague and Feroz, and he will update. So I'll talk with. I ask him to send you. I will ask Feroz.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything, guys? Okay. Yeah, hi, Feroz. Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
upload the video on social media page. You can end the session now.
Yeah, thank you very much.